Hello friends, this is Shrine and it's time for more Code Realize Wintertide Miracles, and today we're going to be checking out Impey's alternate story for his first Christmas of Cardia. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoy. Please like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think. Code Realize. Hit my microphone. A terrorist plot that threatened the entire world, masterminded by the genius scientist Isaac Beckford, the modern Prometheus. So it looks like the intro is always going to be the same for each of these alternate plot points. Always talking about the past a bit. His desire was to become a god over humanity. His madness drove his desire to push civilization into enduring a global war. The cornerstone of this terrible plan was me, the daughter of Isaac, Cardia. Embedded in my chest, blossoming like some terrible flower, was a precursor to the Philosopher's Stone, the Horologium. This false heart, eternally beating with my poison running through me. No, with its poison. This false heart, eternally beating with its poison running through me, is my curse. However, without having anyone to reach out to, without anyone being there to reach out to me, my fate to live my life as a monster, that quietly began to change on the day I took the hand of the gentleman thief. Then, to search for my father and to discover the purpose of my being born, I came to the city of steel, London, where I met many of my friends. The magnificent gentleman thief, Arsène Lupin. The dream-chasing genius engineer, Impey BARBICAINE. The sin-bearing alchemist, Victor Frankenstein. The mysterious, elegant noble, Saint Germain. The war hero dubbed as a human weapon, Abraham von Helsing. Meeting each of them, the countless days I've spent with them. This helped nurture the love in my heart when I thought I was not but a doll. The things that gave warmth to my body when I had thought myself a monster. This is why I was able to save him, my brother who suffered, yearning for love. I was able to make that confrontation with the scientist who met a wretched fate, driven mad by his lost love. In the end, Father's mad plans vanished into the sky, along with his desires. I have since returned to my home of Wales, where I now live with my little brother, Finis. At times my friends visit me, and at others I go visit them. However, my brother and I usually spend our days together in peace. And just when I've begun to get used to this newfound lifestyle, winter and its crisp air has arrived sooner than I could realize. Heavy breath, a white cloud in the winter cold, and the wind brings with it a frosty bite now. It's a season that inherently is quiet, inherently lonely, but I'm certain this town cares not for the cold and is filled with liveliness today as usual. No, in fact, this winter will be more exciting than ever. It was only a few days ago that I found out. This year, it seems London is planning a grand Christmas celebration to coincide with the unveiling of the Reconstruction Memorial. Led by Queen Victoria, Christmas trees will adorn streets all throughout the city. There will be many stalls of the Christmas market as well. If the city is decorated with holiday colors, I'm sure it will look more beautiful than usual. And on such a joyful day as that, it is hard to picture Lupin and his fun-loving crew simply sitting by doing nothing. Something is bound to happen when Christmas arrives, that much is certain. My chest is full of excitement as I consider of the holiday that is fast approaching. Yes, this. Ooh, so beautiful. This is the story of the particular Christmas that occurred in a Wintertide London. Aw, Impey. Facing the train shrinking into the distance, I wave my hand back and forth. The train gradually becomes smaller. So too does the whistle fade. I keep staring until I can no longer see the girl I love anymore. Oh, this is Impey's point of view. Oh, okay. Forever and ever. Aw, Impey. It all began more than 1 year ago. The girl who appeared before me in Lupin as he pursued the special agency Twilight. Girl whose chest held the gem of science, Cardia. To solve the mystery of the whereabouts of her missing father, we, Lupin's crew, decided to search for her father with London as our base. But Cardia's father was Isaac Beckford, touted as the greatest scientist in United Kingdom history. What he had been working on in secret was a devious plan with tragic consequences, as he waged war in the name of science. Code realized. As a member of Lupin's crew, I learned the grim reality of his plans in discovering the truth. I learned of the darkness that science conceals on the day when steel covered London's sky. The large aerial battleship Nautilus, the flying ark that scientist Nemo had created as a pivot of the code realized. Knowing the ship could never fly on its own, I knew what had unleashed the ship into the sky. It was none other than the fruits of our labor rendered against us, the invention of the old man who had aimed for the moon, what he spent his whole life creating. The gravity elevator. The what? The gravity elevator, which reduced an object's weight nearly to zero. It was painful. It was vexing. And most of all, I was devastated. A device intended to fulfill the hopes and dreams of all by proving our hands could reach into the sky. It was used to trample the dreams of the people who wanted only to live in peace. That's why I decided.
重力緩和装置を暴走させてノーチダスを空へ落とすんだ。
If I was successful, the old man's memento would be sent into the far skies, never to return. It was something I'd fully considered. Well, he had fully considered. It was something I'd fully considered. I decided to send the battleship, which had troubled the citizens. Oh, denizens. I always mess up. I decided to send the battleship, which had troubled the denizens of London with its frightening size, flying into the distance. All that so, when the people of London looked up at the sky, they could see the moon shining. And so, all in all, thanks to the brave of Mr. Impey and all, the disastrous incident came to an abrupt end. Which meant, although tragic, the fate of Lupin's crew was an unavoidable course of events. With the Nautilus incident, the time came for all of the friends to part and for each to walk their own paths. Impey, thank you for everything you've done. The person who first left for London out of all of us was none other than Cardia. She, who had decided to return to her birth home situated in Wales and live with her little brother, Finis, had called me over and smiled at me during a brief moment before her train departed. It's been a long time since I first came to Steel London, but thanks to you, I've made a lot of fun memories, more than I could count in this city. So many that my heart overflows when I try holding onto all of them at once.
やだな、カルディアちゃん。むしろお礼を言うのはこっちだよ。おお、神様、君という美の女神を俺の前に使わせてくれてありがとうってね。
I'm not a goddess, but that makes me happy. She responded to my playful exultation with a precious grin. Then she shifted her glance and looked towards the skyline behind me. It's strange. Soon I'll be leaving the city behind. For some reason, I only remember the times I've walked around the city with you, Impey.
おう、こいつはまた嬉しいこと言ってくれちゃって。そいつはやっぱりあれだ。それだけこのイケメン紳士とのデートが一番君の胸に残ってるってわけだね。
Yeah, that's right. I had the impression. As my bodyguard, you actually lost me. You were nearly captured at the casino. The stall engine of the automobile, the only hopper almost falling. I can't forget, even if I wanted to.
あれ、おかしいな。探せばもうちょっとかっこいい思い出がいっぱいあった気がするぞ。
Other than the times when you confused Lupin's disguise for me and tried to flirt.
No, やめて。それ以上はインピーさんが立ち直れなくなっちゃう。
What kind of memories were those? Wishing to delay the inevitable farewell, we shared one last laugh. Cardia stared at me with a kind gaze, perhaps relishing the opportunity to joke while the chance was still available. Sorry, Impey. There are, of course, many better memories to remember you by. For example, the sight of your face as you steered your automobile with abandon, cutting through the wind in haste. Soaring through the far-reaching blue skies as you dodged the clouds of the Orthenhopper. Everyone in Lupin's crew each taught me something new, but I think the person who opened my eyes the most to this vast world, so much so I thought it would crush me, was you.
そっか。そっか。大好きな君にそう思ってもらえたなら、インピーさんも頑張った甲斐があったよ。
I see it now, how much she's changed. The joy forming in the curl of her smile was something I never saw much of in the old Cardia. Seeing how this girl could now laugh with her delicate, carefree smile makes me well and truly happy. And just a bit lonely as well. Aw, Impey. Watching the Neosteam engine warm up, the train released steam like song from a canary. It was soon time for the train to depart.
さあさあ、名残惜しいけど、発車までもう少しだし、そろそろみんなと合流しよっか。あんまり君を独り占めしてたら、あいつらにどやされちゃうからね。
Right, I'm not the only one who miss her. Lupin, Van Helsing, Victor, Saint Germain, Deli, Cece, they all miss her. Cece especially. That's why I'm sure it's not just me. Whose heart is heavy from the pain, whose eyes are fighting back tears. I wonder if she could feel the ripple of my sinking feelings. Any indication was trapped in her stare, allayed by an inquisitive expression. Well, this is unexpected.
意外?
Oh, sorry. Perhaps it was just my own image of you, but truthfully, I thought our parting would be much more intense affair.
うほほ、寂しいよ。俺の天女が天に帰っちゃうってそりゃもうインピーさんだって泣いてわめいてダダもこねたいけども、でもさ、せっかくの門出なんだから泣きながら別れたら縁起悪いでしょ。
Well, there goes my attempt at levity, but I'm not sure if it succeeded, because her eyes still wavered in a lonesome way. That's why.
大丈夫、カルディアちゃん。俺を一体誰だと思ってんの？
Taking one step closer to her, I softly grazed her cheek with the back of my hand. and I gently stretched my fingers to wipe the tear before it fell.
俺はいつか月に降り立つ男。天才技師、インピー・バービケーン。そんな俺からしたら、ウェールズなんてもう、あれだ。ちょいっと、目と鼻の先だよ。だから、悲しまないで。君に何かあったらそれこそ、ひとっ飛びで会いに行くからさ。
Okay. Cardia curtly nodded her head, and a solid, light impact is felt just a smidge above my heart. Luck. Radiating from the forehead that pressed against my chest with a slight warmth as if to tell me, "Aw." Couldn't help but raise my arms, but no matter what, I couldn't hug her. In fact, I couldn't move a muscle until she separated from me. Yeah, you're right. I'm going to come visit London too, so it's not like we'll never see each other again. Her head soon rose quietly. Then her smile, like a flower blossoming under sunlight, returned. Let me say it once more. Thank you for everything, Impey. For expressing your love to me, time and time again, it made me happy.
こっちこそ、ありがとね。君は優しくて、強くて、とびきり可愛い。俺たちの自慢のお姫様だ。だから、自信を持って幸せになるんだよ。
I honestly can't believe it. And only 10 minutes ago, we exchanged those solemn words. The train she boarded is now far, far away. All I've left of her is the warmth she's left on my chest, aching like a memento. Honestly, I couldn't bear to see her go. I should have just stamped my feet, cried, or wailed. But she wants to protect her beloved little brother, who is her sole surviving blood relative, without a father or a mother. If I had put aside the old man, for someone as acquainted with loneliness as me, I understand her reasons, even if it hurts. That's why. There's no way I can stop her.
ほんと。言葉がないって、こういうことか。
It's lonely, agonizing, but I want her to be happy. I gazed longing into the sky at the white moon. For some reason, though the blurry moon seemed even further away than usual. And that I wouldn't lose sight of it for a while I kept staring.
ということで
It is Nemo!
聞いているのかねImpey BARBICAINE!
It's Nemo!
What the?
I almost flip over as a loud sound suddenly pierces through my ear. The image of Cardia that was lingering in my head was shattered with extreme force. In a panic, my sense returned, just as I thought. Nemo, who was glaring across the bars, comes into sight. I learn about Nemo. The embodiment of a genius, mad scientist, though there is a fine line between genius and talent. Well, okay, I figured that part out. Nemo! He is locked up.
私と議論を交わしている最中に他のことに気を取られるとは嘆かわしい、実に嘆かわしい。この天才科学者ネモが頭脳と知識を惜しげもなく提供しているというのに、当の本人が上の空とは一体どういうことかね。悪かったよ、悪かった。ちょっと本当にちょっとだけぼーっとしてたっていうかね。
Yeah, just a tiny bit, Nemo. Calm down.
だからもう一回最初からお願いしますネモ先生。できれば声量は抑え気味で。
まったく世話の焼ける。しかしインピーバービキャン、私は先生ではないよ。なぜならば我々は大の親友同士であり終生のライバルなのだからね。
It's been 6 months since Nemo was imprisoned for his hijinks with the battleship Nautilus. Today, like any other day, his loud voice echoes in the dungeons of Buckingham Palace. He's in the palace dungeons. Being that loud usually looks complaints, but luckily or unluckily, nearby cells are empty. Well, that's not the whole story. There were more prisoners in the block, but ever since Nemo's arrival, the prisoners had sent pleas, one after another, asking to be reassigned to a new cell. In truth, I sort of know how they must have felt. No doubt I'd suffer a non-stop headache as well as if I had to listen to Nemo's voice ramble on in this enclosed space. I bet it echoes too. I think it's just Nemo you have to worry about. Well, Impey can be loud too.
諸君らの面会が許されているのは、ひとえに陛下と議会の特別な計らいゆえ、そのことを夢忘れてはならん。
Yes, Leonhardt, we get it.
何を言い出すかと思えば、科学を知らぬ無知猛昧な輩よ。貴様ごときにこの魂の共鳴を阻害する権利などありやしゃぼん。
分かってますとも。静かにするから許して兵長様。
Impey's like, be quiet already.
まったく想像しい。我が輩は外で待っているからな。二人ともほどほどにしておきたまえ。
With my hand still covering Nemo's mouth, I see off Leonhardt, who grimaces as he leaves. Then, finally, I let out a sigh of relief.
勘弁してちょうだいよ。変なこと言ってケーキが伸びたらどうすんだよまったく。
I like Impey's outfit. Looks pretty cool. Oh, his hair's down a braid. Or is it? I don't think so. In fact, if he were never to emerge from the cell then, though it pains me to say it, I'd be left in one hell of a bind. Wait, what? After the Nautilus incident came to an end, I sought desperately to recreate my plans to reach the moon from scratch. My only ally in this was, crazy as it sounds, Nemo, the mad genius who currently sits behind these very bars. This is, of course, leaving aside the fact that everything was thrust into motion because he stole the gravity of He stole the gravity elevator. However, it sounds like Nemo had a lot to consider after watching Isaac's last moments. As fate would have it, the self-proclaimed closest friend of mine now provides me with advice whenever I happen to visit his cell. Well, to be honest, his advice is immensely helpful. Ignoring how absolutely bonkers he can be, his aptitude for science is undeniable.
さて、科学の彼女も理解できない邪魔者が消えたところで、話の続きといこうではないかね。インピーバービキャン。
はい、オッケー。じゃ、状況の再確認になるけどさ。現状における最大の問題は、消えた重力緩和装置の穴をどう埋めるか。あの装置をもう一度作るにせよ、装置抜きで機体を再設計するにせよ、計画を練り直す必要があるわけだ。
あの装置もまた人の手で作り出されたものである以上、もう一度作れないはずがない。とはいえ、以前解析してみたところでは、あれは膨大な試行錯誤の末に完成した奇跡とも言える代物。
So it's gonna be hard to recreate. Fun.
一朝一夕にコピーしてはい完成とはいかないだろうね。
まあそりゃそうだよな。できるんだったら苦労はないけど、あれはじいさんが何十年もかけてようやく作り上げたものなんだからさ。
惜しい。なればこそ失われたのが実に惜しい。どうにか今からでもノーチラスを引きずり戻せないものか。
Look who's talking. After his inner vice is gone, is this deranged madman in front of me. If only I could seethe and spit out as much, but there's no use in pressing the issue.
とりあえずは両プランのコストの試算かな。フランにも相談したいところだし。
I got the documents I brought in and hand a couple of them to Nemo.
ま、昨日の敵は今日の友ってね。一度は敵対した間柄ではあるけど、頼りにさせてもらうぜ、ネモ。
Nemo.
任せておきたまえ、マイフレンド。私も今回の件にはちょっぴりと責任を感じているからね。
My friend.
だが、なに心配はない。我らが友情の化学反応をもってすればできないことなど何もないとも。
Praying that this supposed chemical bond won't result in a huge explosion this time, I beckon Leonard over, wave my hand as I move to leave the dungeon. Oh, I like his outfit. Oh, that's his coat on. And earmuffs.
さてさてさて、援軍ができたとはいえ問題は山積みだ。とにかくまずはできるとこから。こんなとこで立ち止まってたらじいさんに笑われちゃうもんな。
The moment I resurface from the dungeon, a chilly breeze brushes against my cheek. In this season, even I can't fight the cold in just my overalls. I don my coat as I step out, muttering softly as I look up at the sky. At last, winter has arrived.
やはりバランスが今一つですね。となるとここは右の枝を切り落としてと。
This ain't working on his garden?
まあこんなものでしょうか。この時期はあまり切りすぎると逆に寒々しくなってしまいますからね。
この恋する天才技師にして恋の奴隷インピー・バービケーン。1年365日おはようからお休みまで常にハニーを愛していますとも。
Yes, this feeling. No matter how far away Cardia is, it will never change. The question hasn't even needed asking from any member of Lupin's crew, but Saint Germain continued to stare at my face without a word.
好きではあるのでしょうが、好きにもいろいろありますからね。
いろいろ
I perform a hasty double take as he stares into my face as if probing something.
では質問を変えましょう。あなたはどうしてカルディアさんを好きなのですか？
どうしてって。
Troubled by a question more difficult than the previous one, this time I fall speechless. They haven't played this when you played some of the other ones. This is actually the first one I've ever played. But I kept seeing the previews and thought it looks cool, so I got it the day it came out. But yeah, I'm excited for this one. I need to play the older games. I have one on my PS Vita, but I haven't ever played it because I never had room. Download it. But I like this one so far. It's really pretty.
あなたが彼女を好きだということはよく知っています。 ですが、その理由までは聞いたことがないなと思いまして。
それは
The reason I like her. If I were to rattle off the first words that come to mind, then there would be countless. It's because she's cute, or her charming personality, or that being with her brings me joy. But no matter how many words I conjure, for some reason, none of them seem to settle with me. It irritates me that I can't seem to find the right words to say. Seeing that I've fallen silent, I wonder what thoughts travel in his mind. Saint Germain's expression calms, and he smiles in an apologetic manner.
失礼しました。少々意地悪な質問でしたね。
As Saint Germain extends his light apology, this time without waiting for my response.